Here's why I don't know
Why?
how that's possible. Microsoft bought Gearbox and Halo Studios, which was 343 at the time, but is now Halo Studios. They own them.
Right.
They own them the same way they own Bethesda. So they would be Microsoft. It's a way for Microsoft to be making money because they can now. They have these other companies like Sony has with. So Sony. This is funny because they both involve Sony, but they're doing the Sony tactic, but with video games. So Sony has Marvel by the balls by owning their most popular superhero in Spider-Man.
Yeah.
Okay, well now Microsoft has Sony not by the balls, maybe by the fucking big toe.
Are you saying that this is like Microsoft trying to do like a power move?
If they want Halo, if they want Gears of War, now first of all, in order to make that even possible for them to even get anything out of this, then you kind of need to. I agree with Small Time Republic there. Microsoft would make more money by keeping their games exclusive instead of leasing the rights out. I 100% agree.
True.
Now, if they really want to have them by the balls, you hold Bethesda's games. Because when Elder Scrolls 6 comes out, everyone's going to want to fucking play it.
If it comes out.
It'll come out. It'll just take forever like every other Elder Scrolls does. But what I'm saying is, those are the ones you hold. You hold Doom. You hold Elder Scrolls.
Or do you think maybe that there's like a trade involved here? Like Halo gives over Microsoft and Gears of War, and then Sony will give over like Spider-Man and God of War. It might be that.
That's possible.
Maybe they're trading off.
I wouldn't complain if the God of War games came to Xbox. But
when Microsoft said that nothing is fully off of the table in terms of a multi-platform release, eventually it seemed like the question would be raised about its most iconic franchises. Now we may soon have an answer.
Well, hold on. Real quick.
Yeah.
In order to first make this any money for Microsoft, you need to come out with a good Gears of War and a good Halo.
I'm thinking they'll port the old games over onto PlayStation. That's probably what they'll. That's probably what they will do.
The Master Chief Collection, sure, but like Halo 5, Halo 4 and 5 were a flop.
Yeah, especially 5.
Regardless of what you think, they were a flop. And
Infinite make its money back?
Maybe now. 3 years later. 4 years. Is it 4 years later? Maybe. But I think it's 3 years later. But Infinite, as a Halo fan,
a flop, but
no, but there's not much of a player base right now.
Yeah,
like it's not. I mean, they're doing a lot of good things with the game, but a lot of these good things should have been in the game when the game came out.
Yeah,
like it took you 2 years to add Firefight in.
So, like, what you're saying is
about that third-person gameplay that they added into Halo recently, which is like fun. It's cool. I like it. Like, I like being able to see my Spartan fucking run around and punch shit, do these stats. Like, that's cool. But you're also removing aspects of Halo that made Halo Halo, which was playable elites, assassinations, dual wielding, like quick, fast-paced game modes, quick play game modes, the fun game modes like Juggernaut, Infection. Like, you're changing the way that Infection works. You're changing the way that all of these other game modes work. Like, you don't just have a playlist now called Race, where you can race other players on fan-made maps. Like, that's not there. Like, it stuff like that. and the mini games
Yeah.
and everything that fans created that made Halo what it is. And if you go back, which you can't play online anymore because the servers are down, but if you were to be able to go back and play Halo 2 online, Halo 3 online, Halo Reach specifically online, you can go into all these different fun game modes out of nowhere. You know what I mean? Like things
Yeah.
that like Duck Hunt and just all these different game modes that like school. Motherfuckers were playing school back in the day, which is like a rift on Michael Myers, where like there's a
Yeah.
teacher, but if like you do something out of whack, like you can get like you have to
I don't
like
even think Forge feels like the same that it did. Forge and Firefight
see,
just don't
it
feel.
doesn't because Forge feels like you're a fucking game dev now. Like you're
Yeah.
building an entire fucking game in your game. Like Forge is great, but I still think the best Forge honestly was probably Halo 2 or Halo Reach or
I liked
4.
Reach's Forge best.
The only thing that 4 did better with Forge was adding magnets, which was smart because you could put a magnet on the one thing and a negative or a positive on the other thing, and they would click exactly.
So you're
So
advocating for a new Halo game if they were to put it on PlayStation?
if it's good,
Yeah.
of course I'm
Yeah,
going to play
because
the next Halo game because this one didn't feel like it had an ending. It feels like
yeah.
and originally like one of the ideas originally was to do like campaign DLC and like that hasn't fucking happened.
So a
So
new report from the Nate the Hate podcast. In addition to Windows Central says that Microsoft may soon release Halo the Master Chief Collection on PlayStation. Okay.
which
That's a remastered version
as
of the
they
old
should
games,
because
not
I think everybody should be able to play the original Halos. At this point in time, like
well, this kind of just proves that like the console war is over at this
no,
point.
not only just that, but the fact that they're picking the Master Chief Collection and they're not picking Halo Infinite and they're not picking the games that are live right now, like Infinite, like Halo 5, you can still play. You know what I mean? They're not picking
Yeah.
those. They're picking the Chief Collection because they know that where the bread and butter of those games are is the fucking campaign.
Yep.
And you're getting Halo 1, 2, 3, ODST, and Reach. That's what you get the Master Chief Collection for. You don't buy the Master Chief Collection because well, I really want to play Halo 4 and 5. Like,
Right.
which I believe they're adding 5 to it.
So Halo Infinite, though clearly that may also not be off of the table. The rumor also includes Microsoft Flight Simulator as heading over there as well. One of Xbox's highest rated franchises, plus Hellblade 2, Age of Mythology, and Years of War 1 Ultimate Edition. Okay, that would actually be kind of cool if it like
All
ends
right,
up
well,
being
I mean,
Ultimate.
Hellblade, I think should have just been on there. Like, I liked Hellblade 1 a lot. A lot.
Yeah.
2,
Master Chief.
hey, hold on.
Oh, I'm sorry.
Hellblade 2 is more of like a Telltale game, honestly. It's like there's parts where you're playing as Senua, but there's also
Yeah.
like 15-minute cutscenes.
I think Microsoft wouldn't do this, kind of like I said a couple of minutes ago. They're probably gonna trade. Like they'll probably send God of War and like I don't
Well,
know Spider-Man over there.
I don't think so because Sony's some money grubbing little fuckers. Um,
That is
do you
true.
like the one thing that I've been waiting for is a Bethesda game? Like, is Indiana Jones on PlayStation yet?
No, I haven't seen it. I check every day because I actually want to play that game too.
Okay, so Indiana Jones isn't there yet, which is a Bethesda
No.
title. I did have fun with that game. It was definitely better than Indiana Jones and the fucking Crystal Skull and Indiana Jones and
Eye of Dysentery.
yeah, that one. Um, it felt like a real Indiana Jones story.
So yeah,
The only
Bethesda
problem,
probably
the
won't
only
send
problem
any of
I
their
had with
games over.
that game, the only problem I had with that game is he didn't bang the chick at some point because that's an indie thing. He would have done it. He would have hooked up
True.
with it. They literally like make them almost hook up like 3 times and then don't do it, and then he gets like one kiss in the game.
Damn.
I was like, bro, this is fucking Indiana Jones we're talking about. 1, 2, and 3, he hooks up with the chick. Like, come on, don't give me that
No,
shit.
but like Bethesda, will they send the game over to PlayStation? I doubt it. They probably won't. So
Well,
then,
I
like,
wouldn't. If I'm Microsoft, I'm holding Elder Scrolls.
yeah,
You want to play Elder Scrolls Online? You better have a Microsoft account and play it on
unless Sony gives
PC.
up God of War.
You're not Elder
Unless
Scrolls
Sony
Online.
gives up God of War, then
Like you want to
that's
play Elder Scrolls 6? Then you got to get something Microsoft. You have to
I
have a
get
Microsoft
that.
account attached to your Steam. Like you have to play it on PC, which is arguably way more expensive, but most people have PCs these days. Or you have to buy an Xbox and play it on Xbox. That's what you do because everybody under the sun is going to want to play Elder Scrolls 6 just
Yeah.
because of Skyrim,
Um.
because of Skyrim alone. Like it's been how many years? 2011 is when Skyrim came out. Like there's like dads who have been playing Skyrim with their kids since 2011 now. You know what I mean? Like their kid is now old enough and they want to play like a new Elder Scrolls. Like you okay, so I'm
I'm
gonna
not saying that you're wrong.
buy your kid an Xbox so that they can play Elder Scrolls.
I'm saying I think Sony might be willing because they'll see having Elder Scrolls 6 as a positive for
Well,
them.
it would
So they might be willing to be like, here, you guys can also have like the God of War games, or y'all can have like the Spider-Man games, something like that. I think maybe Xbox will get 1 and Sony will get 4. True. True,
yeah,
Crimson.
that's very true, Crimson, and also like crossplay, full on crossplay Halo would be different.
That would be fun as shit. But I think with kind of like what to Crimson said about the whole PC thing, I think that console companies might be working as a team now in not like working as a team, but like they might want to compete with PC because PC is like essentially now the most dominant form of gaming. So they might be like, we got to put the war aside and just give each other games because
Yeah, well,
because me
the war hasn't been. It's been a cold war for many years. It's not like it used to be.
the console wars ended when the PS5 and the Series X came out. That's just my own view. Like that was when the war ended. Like because both companies like their players will play at their consoles no matter what, and the competition's gone now. But I've always said that you guys over on the Xbox side should be able to play Spider-Man. And I think that would
Well,
be a
yeah,
good
we talked
thing.
about that. I said there should be no such thing as a exclusive Star Wars game or an exclusive Marvel game, like or an
Yeah.
exclusive DC because like those are massive franchises. Like if
Yeah.
they made like the Fallen Order games exclusive,
Yeah.
like that's just wrong because there's so many people that would want to play a Star Wars game. And I
That
would say
might
the
mean
same thing for Spider-Man. Like Spider-Man should not be exclusive because there's so many fucking people that are fans of Spider-Man. Now, I will also say no one is a fan of a fucking 2-hour mission where you have to walk around as a fucking deaf girl in
It's not
Spider-Man
2
2.
hours, it's like 25 minutes.
Yeah, well,
But
it feels
yes.
that way. It's still stupid, and it shouldn't be in a Spider-Man game. And also, Mary Jane should not be kicking ass.
Well, that is accurate to some of her comic character
No,
adaptations, but
no. She doesn't have
not.
she doesn't have superpowers. Roman, the men that she's fighting look like bouncers at a bar for bouncers at a bar for fucking motorcycle gangs. Like, these dudes are huge. These dudes are massive fucking dudes. You're telling me she's just going
She
around
also
beating
fought
the shit?
symbiotes off too.
Right.
But in fairness,
It's
she
dumb.
has beaten Venom in a fight in the comics, so it's not totally like an outlandish thing.
How? That's outlandish in general. That was outlandish in the comics, and it's outlandish now. You can't just
She
always use,
shot
like,
Green Goblin in like the fucking neck, and then like he was like and then bro just like dipped.
yeah,
Like,
you can't always just be like, well, it happened in the comics, because there's a lot of bullshit that happens in the comics that the comics
that is
fans hated.
so fucking true. That is so true.
You can't just be like,
That is
well,
true.
this happened in the comics, so like it should happen here. Like, bro, I will tell you right now the same thing people have said about like certain Star Wars characters with the Marvel comics. They're like, well, that happened in the comics. Yeah, fucking Obi-Wan Kenobi is questioning his sexuality in the comics too, but that's fucking stupid.
Is he really? I
In a
haven't been keeping
book.
up.
No, it's actually in a book where he's stranded on this planet and there's only fucking kids, and he's like, well, you know what? I might like men. Who knows?
Exactly. Sony and most of our like starting to see the value of the broader market. I suspect we'll probably see games releasing on all platforms. Probably.
He's not wrong. And here's the thing: everybody would be saying the same thing if the hard right conservatives took over it too. Be saying the same exact thing.
I think we'll see that switch in like 35 to 40 years.
I
Because
don't
it
think.
kind of bounces.
No, I don't think we will see that switch because it was never there. It was never there until 2016.
Maybe a little before that. I don't think it just started in like 2016.
Okay,
I think it was
2014.
happening before.
No, there's such things as a good comic book run and a bad comic book run, but there's